We welcome you back to tonight's coverage of Wednesday night varsity doubleheader hockey on LI Sports Network. It's the second leg of tonight's two games as we have the Kings Park Commack Knights facing off against the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds in a showdown between two top teams in the Suffolk County Varsity Division. Michael Andrew here, ready to bring you the action. Warm-ups underway. I'm going to step aside, let you enjoy the pictures, and I'll be back when the puck drops. And here we go. Kings Park with it to kick things off. This one misses the receiving stick of Prang. Went out of the zone and forward by the Thunderbirds. On the hunt for that one is James Brady, as this is Connetquot Sayville trying to make some noise inside the Knights zone. Back it goes. Now Marchese handling business by dealing it down low. Marchese will get another crack at it from the top as this one is blocked. And Razzle able to kick it on his stick and get it to Prang. Prang couldn't muscle off the pressure as Connolly stumbles. It's Quinn. Quinn dishes it down low. Razzle tried to flip it. Prang trying to stuff it in there, and on top of it to make the stop is Walsh. let's get a chance to meet our starting netminders for tonight's contest. For the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds, Joseph Walsh, trying to bounce back from the loss against East Isil from last Wednesday. And for the Kings Park Commack Knights, Brandon Futterman, a name we remembered hearing a while back on Halloween in a 3-3 effort against Smithtown Hauppauge that went to overtime. Quinn couldn't navigate through the pressure right there as it's turned over to the Thunderbirds. Correo nearly shanked on the feet, or pardon me, that was Tom 40, as this one couldn't be pushed in there by Tom 40 as well. Jackson Tom 40, number 4, Dylan Tom 40, number 44. Here's Argilla. Argilla couldn't muscle past the pressure. Connetquot Sayville taking it back and pushing ahead is Hayes. Hayes able to get past Siegler. Didn't get a strong enough shot to go as it went wide. KPC trying to create an opportunity here as this is Quinn doing that for the Knights. Berhalter the other way. Curl and drag attempt goes wide. Back on the stick of the Thunderbirds. 39, Frank Severino gets a shot off, hit off the glove of Futterman, and he covers up. Evan Vent in the right dot, able to get it back to Marchese. Marchese from deep gets a shot off and it went wide. Connolly trying to step in there and take it back. This is Parator controlling it, able to get it onto the stick of Argilla. Argilla then feeds it onto the stick of Satera. Satera pushes it deep down low. Argilla pinching in there to get it back. Satera taking an adventure inside the Thunderbird zone. It's kept alive by the Knights for a moment before they relinquish it, and then it's back in their possession once more. Satera able to touch it ahead, but not onto the stick of Argilla, as this is Connolly controlling it, while the Knights bring out new reinforcements onto the ice, and some familiar faces, one of them being that man, number 9, Billy Prang, as this one will be touched up for icing. Another draw inside Connetquot's zone. Prang tied up right there. And this one wheeled in front, but no one was home to receive that speed chance from number 68, Sean Hanrahan. Hanrahan couldn't control that one, as this is Hayes doing that for the Thunderbirds instead, as this is dumped all the way down back in the Knight zone. Icing waved off. Siegler will get there first and try to knife it across his net. One was stopped right there by Futterman. Futterman again with the poke check chance, and then he'll elect to cover it up instead. Max Gorman in the left dot, as this is the Knights coming up with it. Lead feed ahead. Billy Prang on a breakaway. He scores! Hang time for Prang time. It's 1-0 KPC. Fifth goal of the season for Prang gives the Knights the early lead in this contest. And Prang's Points total accumulates to 7. As the Thunderbirds will look to counteract here. Gorman tried to get it back to Venth. Venth had pressure from the Knights once again as this is Hayes pinching in there, trying to keep it alive inside the Knights zone. Won't happen for Hayes as this is Brazel walking back in, dangling. Mikey Brazel stopped right there by the Thunderbirds, and the Thunderbirds will push the other way. Gorman will race back, race and hunt down the feed as this is wheeled around. Venth trying to get on top of it and create something for the Thunderbirds. Popped in front off the batting stick of Marchese. Pardon me, that wasn't Marchese, that was... I'm going to name afterwards. This is Prang stumbling as he tried to get the feed from Quinn. Interceptor right there from Quinn. Dylan Quinn as he dishes it deep again. The Knights will go for a line change while the Thunderbirds will try to answer the other way. Gorman had trouble controlling it, and Quinn has it back for the Knights. He takes a hit right there from the back checking to 40 as this is angled to cross again by the Quinn brothers. Dylan Quinn, curl and drags, Berhalter delays, takes it behind the goal. He's got Quinn at the top. Quinn with a shot through traffic, gloved by Walsh. Joseph Walsh making another stop for the Thunderbirds. Jacob and Dylan Quinn, 2 Long Island Goals products, representing their high school tonight, donning the gold and maroon. Quinn inside the zone. This is being pressured right there again as the Thunderbirds race out. Here comes James Brady, able to get it across. Saraceno couldn't get the trigger pull to go as Quinn was there to back check and prevent it from preventing Thunderbirds to get a shot off, as this is now Brent Tinchert going on his own adventure inside the zone. Nice little shimmy shake maneuver by Berhalter to shake off Brady. Berhalter dishes it onto the stick of Quinn. Quinn being hounded right there by 1040. Able to get it on the stick of Berhalter with a spinning chance back on his forehand that wouldn't go. Weir has to control it now, corral it back on his stick, but it slips off his stick, and Parator will have to race back to get it, dump it around the boards. Almost a giveaway right there. Weir fanged on the feed attempt, and it misses the stick of Brazel and results in an icing. Mikey Brazel, king of the county, with a league-leading 17 points. So he'll look to add more and raise that number even more. Regilla dumps it down low. Sotero will race in and get it. Throws a hit right there against Connolly. Connolly had to adjust his helmet as there's a shot from Parator in front. It leaks through inside the crease, and it's stopped again by Walsh. Heavy company inside Connetquot Sayville goalmouth as Joseph Walsh had to get and make the stop. 7.5 to go in the opening period. KPC couldn't keep it alive in the zone. This is Evan Venth racing in. Venth to the goal. Fired wide and out of play. Hanrahan will take the draw for the Knights. No, that was number 91, Iman Omelia. Hanrahan is on the ice, though, waiting ahead. This is Trevor Colbello handling things for the Knights. Colbello racing in. So Hanrahan had to stay on side. Marchese able to steal it away from Colbello. Hooks gets it across to Connolly. Connolly will try to reset for the Thunderbirds and push it forward. Colbello trying to jump on it. Try to wheel it across to Hanrahan, who wasn't there on the reception. Instead, Marchese controls it and then gets it back onto the stick. Gorman. Now Hayes. Hayes able to flip it, but it missed the stick of Donald Pace. Amelia pinching in there, trying to steal it away from the Thunderbirds. He does. So Amelia tried to fire it in there, and he was dropped. Thunderbirds trying to navigate it back towards the Knights zone and push KPC even back further. Now this is Max Gorman. Gorman with a shot through the screen, and it's stopped by Futterman. Tom Forty trying to answer on the rebound, and he couldn't. As this is wheeled out, almost wheeled out. Tom Forty keeps it alive, gets a shot off, and this one deflected off a body and wide of the cage. Now it's Quinn the other way. Quinn Berhalter couldn't receive the feed as it just missed his stick. 5.5 to go. Quinn dangling, but it slipped off his stick. Now it's Weir having to try to navigate it forward. He couldn't, but Parator will as he fires it back down deep. Tinchert dishes it onto the stick of Berhalter. Berhalter trying to corral it back on his stick. Quinn in front. Save made by Walsh, who covers up. And some of Walsh's close neighbors applaud him for that stop. Connetquot Sayville bringing this one around the boards. Able to get it out. Brady trying to get on top of it. Couldn't send it across to Saraceno. It's offsides. Offsides by a mile. Seemed like someone didn't get the memo. James Brady, Evan Bent, teammates tonight, teammates on the weekend, representing PAL, as this is sauced ahead. And again, the Thunderbirds come in with a shot, as that one had to be fended off by Futterman. Almost hits the ceiling, but fortunately, KPC was able to almost get back in the zone, as this is Parator again on the receiving that one. Then saucing it across to Razzle, who fires it deep again. Prang on the hunt. And he crashes into the boards as Connolly sidestepped ahead. Now everyone begins to joust away at the loose puck. The battle continues inside the corner as Connolly's able to fight it free. And Marchese able to evade the pressure from Brazel. Now it's Prang getting on top of it, dishing it back to Weir as the Knights can push back in their own zone. Bozzy's trying to give support right there to his teammates as this one pinballed off a bunch of bodies, and back into the possession of the Knights as this Parator able to slip by the check. Parator. He had Brazel alongside of him. Dangerous two-man power trip for the KPC Knights as this one goes into the Knights bench. actually, if you think about it, because Billy Prang, Mikey Brazel, and Parator all play on the same travel team as well. It's more like a 3-man power trip, not a 2-man power trip. But you get the points. KPC with a lot of heavy-powered weaponry on their side. Sotero backpedaling, but couldn't dish it out. Kept alive right there in the zone by the Thunderbirds. Hayes jumping into the pitcher. He was tugged right there by Arguila as this one is wheeled around the half wall. Let's see if Sotero can get to it. He won't. But Berhalter will jump on it instead. Here comes Berhalter. Couldn't cross over as he was tripped up right there. Play continues as the officials deemed there was no malintent on that one. As this is Berhalter trying to answer back. And Sotero trying to corral the bouncing puck. Instead, it's the Thunderbirds moving the other way. Took 40, couldn't get it back on his forehand. And it's returned back in the Thunderbird zone. Marchese has it again. Angles it ahead. Pace handling it for the Thunderbirds. Fires a shot over the cage. Closing in on the 2-minute warning for the first period. 1-0 the score. And it came 5 minutes into the contest courtesy of Billy Prang. Warman, or part of his Pace tried to drop it. Now it's Marchese swinging it aggressively over to Connolly. Connolly from deep fires a shot through a crowd of bodies and it missed. And Bent keeping it alive in the zone as he tight ropes the blue line. This one couldn't be corralled right there by his intended target. Instead, leads to a chance for KPC to break out. Arguillo with a shot attempt, blocked right there. Donald Pace the other way. Tried to get it, he successfully does get it on the stick of Bent. Bent fakes the drive, loses it in the skates, but is able to maintain control of it. Bent tried to drop it onto the stick of Pace. Shot from deep, gloved right there by Footerman, and we'll have another draw inside the Knight zone. Amelia wins the draw back as this is Weir trying to handle business for the Knights. But instead, it's Connetquot Sayville getting a shot off as that came off the stick of Marchese, and now the battle continues on the half wall. As the Knights try to exit the zone, but they won't here as this is Bent aggressively pursuing the goal to no avail. Marchese. This misses the stick of Hanrahan as that is Connolly almost getting it on his stick. Sauced out of the zone, back on the stick of Marchese. Marchese dancing around Colbello. Marchese, offense to defense, slamming on the brakes, centers in front. Tolakowski steamrolls his man Parator as he tried to get the puck. Pardon me, that was not Tolakowski. Tolakowski is netminder, but that was Madonna. Now it's Hayes with a shot at the buzzer. Won't go. It's wide. And we head to the second with the Knights on top, 1-0.
Wait, what?
Familiar force entering the picture for the first time tonight, Colin Bizel. As Peter Ibazis gets reacquainted with James Brady on the draw. Here we go again as this is Correo with a shot attempt that was blocked by Siegler. Correo back on the attack. Correo fires a shot, another chance denied right there by Futterman. Quinn, as Kenny Correo came in like a rocket trying to lay the body check on Quinn, as this is Saraceno, counted right there by Quinn. As both teams trade hits and turnovers, as this is Bizel being hounded right there by Tinshirt. He's pinned up against the boards as Tinshirt tries to knife it free. Quinn having trouble corralling it as this is Kenny Correo pushing the other way. Correo down the wing, trying to dangle past Quinn. Quinn couldn't clear it out. Instead, Correo maintains control of it. Now it's Bizel. Bizel feeds it across. Saraceno pressured right there by Siegler. Loses control of it as Quinn navigates it out of the zone. The Thunderbirds will reset with Hayes with an aggressive feed onto the stick of Bizel. Bizel tripped up, heading into the zone, and there will be a penalty against KPC and a power play for the Thunderbirds.
They didn't call him.
No penalty. Now, no, there is. By mistake, here's Tom 40 back in the zone with a shot, stopped, rebounds, crowd gathering inside the crease, and Futterman holds on tight with numerous saves. Back to the point, Marchese off the draw, fires a shot, quickly covered up by Futterman again. Connolly in the left dot, tied up right there by Satera. Vent couldn't squeak past the pressure. Now he gets it back. Vent centers it to 40, and it deflects off a skate and wide. A big chance for the Thunderbirds to answer the call here in the second. And as that opportunity is nullified, and it may have gotten a piece of Walsh. Parator trying to sauce it back on the stick of Satera. Pace, or Marchese almost collided heavily with Arguilla. Connolly trying to wheel it out of the zone. Bison waved off. And a chance for the Knights to counteract. Brazel missed the reception right there. Icing called. Looked like Mikey Brazel was going to break out and head to the goal unscathed. But that wasn't the case. Frank wins it back. Siegler with a shot attempt that is blocked by Pace, and he'll try to advance. Quinn hounds it right there by Pace as Pace tries to pickpocket Quinn. Sent dangerously back in the Thunderbird zone, but Bizel is able to pick it up before icing was called. Colin Bizel, end to end. Trying to skate through everyone. Good pressure by the Knights. Hayes. Bizel back on it. Couldn't dish it forward. He's being pressured right there by Siegler. Siegler staying on top of Bizel. As this one couldn't be centered right there, and this will lead to a chance for Billy Prang for more. Prang trying to take it to the outside. Leighton Mantrailer score! Peter Abazis doubles the Knights' lead here in the second. He's got 5 assists this season, and now with that goal, he's got 2 in 7 games played. This is Quinn right there trying to advance. Quinn, a good job right there to get a shot off amidst all the havoc that was preventing him to get to the goal. Now it's Correo trying to answer back for the Thunderbirds. Won't happen there. Correo gets back on top of it. Here he comes. Correo delays, gets a shot off, and it stops right there by Fergerman. Bizel plays off a hit, and this leads to a chance, 2-on-1 opportunity. Quinn across, and it misses the stick of Tintshirt, who's drilled into the boards by Hayes. Those two get aggressive inside the corner. Bizel observing the situation. Feeds it ahead. Correo trying to handle business for the Knights. He gets checked right there. Bizel with another crack at it. Gets it onto the stick of Saraceno. Centers it over to Correo. Correo trying to break out here. Kenny Correo trying to hound it down, but couldn't. Saraceno keeping it in the zone. Gets a shot off. This one blocked inadvertently by Correo. Caught in the catching glove hands of Hanrahan. This leads to a chance for Colbello. Colbello with a shot through the screen by Bizel. And that shot is stopped right there by Walsh. Weird keeping it in the zone. Fires a shot again through traffic. It deflects off Amelia's stick. As Bizel has it again for the Thunderbirds. Bizel banks this one forward, but back onto the stick of Weir before Bizel gets it back again. Colin Bizel dangling. Bizel not far enough to the goal. He has to come up with a different plan. Wrapped around it back to the top. It's Marchese handling business for the Thunderbirds. Marchese almost got it to go for the Thunderbirds right there on that feed attempt. As he had Ryan Kalk awaiting at the far wing. Colbello the other way. Shot attempt stopped right there by Walsh, as this one is laid out of the zone and back into the Knights' territory for icing. Mikey Brazel on the draw on the right dot against Connolly. Brazel advancing, but couldn't get the feed to go for his intended target. Cetera getting muscled off the puck aggressively with force. Led ahead, but out of reach of Venth, who has to chase it down before Siegler can get to it. Icing waved off, Venth wins the race to 40. Connolly out to 40. Pushes back as Venth controls it. Venth being stepped into right there by Quinn. Quinn with a hit. Crowd wants more, and they will get it. Extra attacker on the ice for the Thunderbirds. Delayed call against the Knights. This one missed the stick of Bizel, but it'll be touched up for the ensuing penalty against KPC. Jacob Quinn for 2 minutes. interference, the call. Parator trying to wheel this off the glass. He couldn't. Bizel keeps it alive in his own. Centers it across. Marchese with a shot. This one missed wide. Rebound chance down low. Correo's opportunity denied again by Fuderman. Bizel had trouble corralling in. This leads to an odd man chance for Tinshirt. Tinshirt and the Knights trying to add more to the board, but it won't happen there as Bizel and the Thunderbirds will push back. As if Marchese can control as he had some trouble navigating on his stick, and this leads to another chance for Tinshirt to break out here. One-on-one with Bizel. Bizel trying to fake or trying to intimidate Tinshirt right there. And he did a good job at doing that. But Tinshirt holding his ground inside the zone, eliminating more time against the Knights on their power, or against the Thunderbirds on their power play chances. That opportunity was denied by Walsh. Back in the zone, Correo spins away from the pressure, finds space. Back on the stick of Bizel. Bizel in front and almost stuffed in there by Brady. Correo dangling. Correo in a shot wide over the net. Correo corrals it again. Correo pops this one across, but it misses the stick of Saraceno. KPC able to clear it out. Final 20 seconds of the minor penalty. And Thunderbirds trying to use all of the seconds they have left to their own advantage. The Knights spoiling the party. Quinn dancing, baking. Quinn, he's got Prang driving to the net as he's pressured by the Thunderbirds. This one inadvertently wheeled out of the zone as Siegler has to control it and push it back in the Thunderbirds' territory. Line changes commencing for both sides. Connolly the other way. Connolly trying to shake off Quinn as he gets a shot off that's stopped by Fuderman. There's Evan Betts back on the ice. Billy Prang able to pop it forward. Prang looking for two, dangling to the goal. Oh my goodness! He almost stuffed home a beauty as that's Brazel with the trigger pull, and that was blocked over the cage. Jacob Quinn having to hunt it down as he's being aggressively pursued by Vence. Mikey Brazel. Abazis, the latest goal recipient, dangling to the goal. He couldn't stuff it home. Hayes. Now it's handled on the stick by Marchese, who then inadvertently leads it onto the stick of Connolly. Connolly, someone lost their mouthpiece.
I thought that was the puck for a second.
Bizel looked like he was going to clean out Brazel, but he laid off and instead controls it for the Thunderbirds once more. Bazzi's trying to dish it ahead. Colbello took a spill. This allows the Thunderbirds a chance to convert the other way. But it won't happen as the Knights continue to provide the strong pressure. Here's Bizel from the top, fires a shot and it's wide. Bizel again. Going to control that one. The Thunderbirds will have to take a detour as this is wheeled off the glass back in the Thunderbird zone where it will be icing again. Correo in the right dot. Mizell tried to dish it down low to Correo. It was cut off. Kalk trying to control it, but instead it's the Knights who have it again. Dropped in there. Emilio will chase it down. Emilio with a little dangle as he dipped the shoulder. But the Thunderbirds handle it again. With Kenny Correo bringing it back in the zone. Correo taking this wide. Donna hounding away at his opponent's Weir. Correo trying to knife it in there. No one was home to receive the feed. Another chance for Madonna, and down low it's Correo's stick handling, but couldn't get the shot attempt to go, and that one nearly went back towards the goal off the glove of Weir, and things kind of settled down a bit. Correo trying to steer it back in the right direction for the Thunderbirds. Wheeled high, it had elevation, but didn't have the distance to get on the stick of Kalk, as this is the Knights continuing to pursue the Thunderbirds in their own zone. Satera tried to guide it on his stick as he's being pressured right there by Mizell. Centering chance wouldn't go right there for the Knights. Quinn back to get it. 2-minute warning in the second period. Satera fires one, it's stopped by Walsh, and Satera took a slash by Hayes, but nothing else develops. Tinchard on the draw, trying to advance. Chance at front. Brazel couldn't jam it home, and he draws the call as the Thunderbirds touch it up. Things continue to get ugly for the Thunderbirds as they go back to penalty kill. The Knights are rewarded with another power play opportunity, courtesy of Mikey Brazel drawing the call. Dylan took 40 in the box for tripping. And an argument is valid on that call for sure. Out it goes. Parator will chase it down as KPC begins his power play in the late moments of the second. Brent Tinchert in the zone, try to bang off Connolly. Instead, it's the Knights having to reset with Brazel walking back in the zone with Tinchert. Tinchert couldn't get it on the reach and stick. Here's Brazel again, knifing it back to the point. Parator swings it over. Tinchert off the boards, trying to play it on his stick. Quinn trying to get it forward, and he couldn't. 50 seconds left in the period. Mizell with a strong shot from long distance is stopped by Puderman, who elects not to cover it up. Instead, KPC will forge back in, but Mizell clears it again. Half a minute to go in the second. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Tinchert angles this one far onto the stick of Brazel. Brazel with a dangling attempt past Brady, wouldn't go. Evan Venth tried to rocket past the defense. Here's Mizell. Colin Mizell, one last rush as he enters the zone. Fires a shot high over the net. It ricochets off the glass. KPC will not get a last-second shot, to the chagrin of its fans who wanted that to happen, but they'll be happy to know they lead 2-0 heading into the final period. Final 15 minutes of play ready to begin. And it starts with the Knights continuing with the remaining power play. KPC kind of hounds it back in their possession as Kenny Correo providing the pressure, and there is a check laid as Satero launched into Kenny Correo. He's up. Correo shaking it off. The lack of discipline right there costs KPC an opportunity to strike. 10 seconds left on their power play. Just like that, it becomes a 4-on-4 showdown for the next 2 minutes and 10 seconds before the rest of the time is in the hands of the Thunderbirds to maybe capitalize and rewrite the story here tonight. Correo the other way. To the net, as he tried to shake off his defender. A good effort right there by number 42. Hey, Brady. Hayes to the left of him. Correo sidesteps the hit. Correo trying to dangle through everyone. Now it's Bizel picking things off where Correo was stopped. Bizel taking it low as he's being hounded right there by Prange. Trying to stuff it in front to someone home, but no one was there. Hayes keeping it alive as he tightrope the blue line. Bizel from the left dot. Chance in front. Futterman scrambling, sprawling out. Sticks come in the air. Another chance goes wide of the cage. Activity beginning to build up in the third. Bizel to the goal as that shot hit off the glove of Futterman after Colin Bizel dangled his way to a shot attempt. Bizel keeping it alive in the zone, able to get it across the Hayes. Hayes in front, deflecting attempt. Arm root denied by Futterman, who makes another stop. Brandon Futterman. As the applause rained from the crowd to the left of us for their heroic goaltender. As he tries to survive these next 13 and a half minutes and walk away with a huge shutout victory. From the point, top 40 released one wide. Connolly trying to dish it, able to do that onto the stick of top 40, but Quinn has other plans. Quinn pinning top 40 against the wall. Marchese tied up with his own man going for the puck. Vance to the goal, wasn't there in the reception. Drive from Marchese, deflects off of Berhalter and into the mesh. And another draw will commence. 3 seconds left on the Connetquot Sayville power play. Pardon me. Had to make a correction. That puck actually landed in the spectator section after it deflected off of Berhalter. Vance trying to track it down. He does. So he had pressure from Quinn. This one is led in front. Vance trying to drive into the goal. Crowd building up inside the goal mouth. We're 5 aside once again. KPC successfully kills off the penalty to Satera. They'll try to get back at it on the offense. Quinn almost laid it ahead onto the stick of Tinchard. Instead, Connetquot Sayville regathers it before KPC has it again. Tom 40 took a spill right in front of his own bench. He'll take a seat as this is Berhalter at the point. Tinchard trying to steer it in the right direction as this is Quinn being challenged right there by one of the Thunderbirds. And everyone begins to converge along the half wall. Quinn coming up with it for a moment. Now Berhalter picking things up for the Knights. Tin shirt. Trying to spin it back to the point. He does. Chance for the Knights. Down low. Nice nifty deception effort right there on the feed attempt by Tin shirt, but it wouldn't go, and this allows Bizel and the Thunderbirds to maybe get a chance inside the Knight zone. All right, Casey or Gorman to the goal on the backhand. Save again by Fuderman. Cleared out by the Knights. Instead of it being icing, it's played deep by Walsh. Chance by Amelia, and Walsh this time will cover it up. But tried to release it with the rapid, quick glove hands to keep the play going. Parator through a crowd of bodies. Amelia getting a deflecting attempt to go, but it went wide. Bizel able to get it onto the stick. Gorman, who drops it in there. Donald Pace will try to chase it down before Weir can get to it. Weir and Pace crash into each other, and now those two begin to have a jousting battle inside the Knight zone. Hanrahan trying to dish it onto the stick of Cobell. He wasn't there to receive it. Instead, the Thunderbirds have it for a moment before Parator brings it back in for the Knights. Parator wide to the goal. Backhand try wouldn't go. Kept alive in the zone by, or looks like Pace kept it alive in the zone, but caught it off sides instead. 5 minutes gone by. Knights still out in front. Brandon Fuderman. The shutout still intact. And the Thunderbirds still with a lot of time on their side to change things up here in the third. All right, Casey trying to do that, but it won't happen. Wheeled out of the zone. Icing waved off as it didn't have enough distance to go to the end boards. Led ahead by Marchese to Saraceno. Saraceno in the zone. Fires a shot, stopped by Fruderman again. Correo. Taken back again by the Knights. Correo couldn't get that one to go as it's dumped back in. Handled on the stick of Walsh. Walsh with a sauce onto the stick of Correo. Correo able to get by Brazel. Loses it to Prang. Prang and Correo colliding right there. And there's Kenny Correo dumping Prang along the boards. Another penalty against the Thunderbirds. And this time they lose their star forward for tripping. The Knights will go back to the power play. Haven't yet capitalized on the man advantage. 3 times the charm. We'll see. Quinn down low. Back to the point, Siegler. Siegler across, or attempt to get it across cleanly to Quinn. Had a stick in front. A chance from the point. Quinn stopped. Rebound, the other Quinn. Dylan in front couldn't put it home. Now Prang has to control it. Slam on the brakes behind the goal. Prang. Backpedaling. Takes it back to the point. Sauces it down low where it's controlled on the stick of Abazis. Prang fires. That one was blocked. Prang again onto the stick of Quinn. Quinn couldn't corral that one on his stick. And it leads to an odd man chance breaking out here, maybe for the Thunderbirds. Venth had full of steam. Bizel trying to pick it up in the trailer, couldn't jam it in there, and instead Fuderman makes the stop. Under a minute left to go on the penalty to Creo. Just like that, KPC is in desperation mode when it comes to the man advantage. As if they can't convert on this one, they'll be unsuccessful for the third time tonight. Around the boards it goes. Handled on the stick of the Knights again. Parator assessing the situation, gets it across the Weir. Weir through traffic, didn't get a strong shot. As Bizel comes up with it and gets it out of the zone. Kalk trying to race it ahead, but Parator is right on top of it. Shirts. Drops it back to Weir. Weir in the trailer fires a shot through traffic, and that one hit off a body. 5-on-5 once again. Parator at the point. Deflecting attempt wouldn't go for Satera. Weir colliding with Kalk. And now Bizel is able to steal and push in. Getting it across. Pace couldn't handle the feed as he had pressure coming from the stick of number 19, Berhalter. Berhalter gets dropped by one of the Thunderbirds. But no penalty. That was number 98, Nicholas Romano, throwing the body. Max Gorman in the right dot taking the draw, but this one is kicked out of the zone inadvertently, giving the chance for the Knights to settle things, but they're going to elect to ramp things up again as this is Arguilla back in the zone. Arguilla drops to Quinn. Quinn with a dangle. Quinn to the goal. Saved by Walsh. Rebound loose in the crease as a scramble ensues. Another try, and this one couldn't be corralled by Prang's stick as this is now Arguilla trying to dance around the pressure. Turned over as the Thunderbirds try to force ahead. Pace doing that. Pace couldn't get it across as the Knights provide more good pressure. Futterman covers up. Did I say more good? I meant to say the Knights have been providing some strong pressure all night. I had to make that correction. Someone's got to play grammar, please. Connolly couldn't navigate that one on his backhand. Bizel able to get around Corbello. Drop it in front. Connolly's second attempt shoots wide. Banked off the boards by Zell. Will control it in these last 5 minutes. But this one couldn't be received well by Tumforty, but Tumforty is going to race in and try to win it back. He does. Centering try almost goes for the Thunderbirds. Another chance in front. This one missed off a bunch of sticks. But the Knights able to come up with it for a moment, but it's turned over again. Benth gets it in there. Tumforty tied up with his man. Tumforty couldn't lay it in front. Instead, it'll be slammed out of the zone by a KPC for icing. some point, should be expecting a timeout being called by head coach George Badyak of the Thunderbirds, who trail by 2 in the later moments of the third. Bizel. Marchese fires, he scores! Matthew Marchese with a big goal, and it cuts the lead in half late in the third period. An inadvertent screen in front of the nets by one of the Knights costs Fuderman a chance to make the stop, and it results in the goal by Marchese, his 4th of the season, and it makes it a 2-1 game. So at some point we'll be seeing a timeout called and the net pulled in no time. Bizel. This is Marchese, the latest goal recipient of the contest, dropping it in there, but no one home to grab it. Icing called. No, I'm like sore over here. My back is killing me. Yeah, I know. Yes, everyone on Long Island knows I have back problems. Tinshirt dangling to the goal. He scores! Magnificent individual efforts by Brent Tinshirt. And just like that, the Knights are back ahead by 2. We'll take a look at the replay to confirm that it was Tinshirt's goal, because there were a bunch of other KPC players crashing in to get a piece of it. So Brent Tinshirt with the answer back to Marchese. His 4th of the season. Just like that, it's a 3-1 hockey game. Bizel on the turnover gets it back. Cruising to the goal, trying to stuff it on the backhand as the Thunderbirds aggressively pursue the crease. But instead, it's KPC back the other way. Tinshirt, spinorama feed, wouldn't go. He tried to get it across to Satera. Bizel dumps this one across the ice off the boards, picked up by Siegler. Hayes, now Bizel. Bizel button hooks away from the pressure. Here's Colin Bizel. Crunch time for the Thunderbirds as they try to make something happen. Colin Bizel to the goal! Saved by Fuderman. Brandon Fuderman stands tall against one of Colin Bizel's patented rushes. In the third period is Connetquot Sayville finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Time running out and down by 2. Berhalter dangling to the goal on the backhand try, and it's snagged by Walsh. Gilla grabs it. He's checked from behind, and it results in another penalty against Connetquot Sayville. Cross-checking. It's going to go against Marchese. May not be enough time for a goalie pole opportunity for the Thunderbirds. So now they find themselves back on the penalty kill. The Knights leading 3-1. Parator trying to steal it back from the hard charging Venth. And now KPC is heading to the box. Just like that, we're skating even all over again. Billy Prang will sit for 2 minutes for hooking. Minute and 38 left in this one. Thunderbirds trying to bounce back from the recent goal against KPC. An inch closer into this contest. Hayes from the point, rips one, and stopped right there by Fuderman again, behind the goal. Had to be tracked down again by Venth. Hayes turns it to Venth. Venth centers it across. Connolly couldn't get that feed on his stick. By Brazel, chips this one back the other way for icing. Had the empty net in sight, but we're for his side, which is why the whistle blew. So by mistake, I didn't think that the net was going to be pulled in this case, but down by 2, maybe a 5-on-4 conversion. It's worth the gamble, I guess. Especially when you take into the fact that, well, won't be enough time to get a 6-on-4 opportunity because Marchese will still be in the box. As this is Bizel trying to work in the zone. Everyone jousting away along the half wall. Correa with a fake down low as he's being hounded right there by Satera. Satera and Correa getting reacquainted. So those two had a little rough outing beforehand. In the second, as that shot trickled off a body, Correa will grab it as we close in on the final half minute of play. As this one blocked off a body in front, Connolly battling against Weir. Now Hayes along the corner against Quinn. Battle still continuing in front of the net. Bizel sidesteps the pressure. Centering chance in front. This one couldn't be knifed home right there by Venth. Or Correa in this case. Fuderman makes the stop. 17.9 to go. Brandon Fuderman has been perfect all night long up until the goal given up against Marchese. But you can't deny the fact that he performed outstandingly from the start. As this is knocked all the way back down, heading towards the empty net, but wide of the cage for icing. That's right, hockey fans. The most exciting parts of the game is when a team throws a Hail Mary empty netter. That was sarcasm. As that shot is stopped right there by Fuderman. Let's see if it goes this time. Time runs out, and that will be all as the Kings Park Commack Knights defend their castle and beat Connetquot Sayville 3-1. Kings Park Commack defends their fortress and defeats Connetquot Sayville 3-1 to improve their record in the varsity division to 5-2. In a hard-fought effort will be acknowledged by both sides through handshakes and positive pleasantries, as gentlemen will be gentlemen, and that will be all tonight here at the rinks. We're going to be back at it on Sunday. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you guys enjoyed. We hope you guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen enjoyed this awesome evening of this doubleheader presentation of Wednesday Night Varsity on LI Sports Network. From all of us here at the company, cameraman Vinny, boss man Mike, This is Michael Andrew saying so long, good night, and we'll see you next time right here at the rinks on LI Sports Network. Get home safe.